Hello and welcome to Online Appliance Tech. Today we're going to address the issue when water goes all over your sink when your dishwasher drains. So we'll start the drain cycle here, and as you can see the water goes everywhere right here. So we will address this issue today, so if this is your sink, this video is for you. So let's get started. So yes, and then water can actually go to your left here up under the rim of the sink and to the floor. So let's go ahead and turn this off. Let's open the dishwasher. And before you replace the air gap, which will be your problem, you could take a flathead and press in and pry up on this top part. This is what they usually look like on most of the air gaps you can actually buy. I will try to leave a link in the description below to find you some good ones. But this little hole here in the middle, you gotta make sure it's not clogged. Sometimes you'll get some debris in there from the dishwasher, and that will cause that to happen. In this case, it's not the problem, so we will have to replace this air gap. I have seen before in the past, you can spend up to $350 for a plumber to come in and replace this part, which is real simple. So this is the air gap, and like I said, I will try to leave this one in the description below, but not this one, but a different brand. This one actually didn't work out that well, but I will use it because this is all I have for now, just to show you how to replace it. So I'm going to get my little ratchet and a 5/16 bit. Something like this is perfect, or a little ratchet set will work also. This way I can easily get up in here. So first thing first, I'm going to go up under where the air gap is, and the pipe that goes to the garbage disposal, I will disconnect first. So we'll connect it here, and we'll go counterclockwise. Okay, so now since I got that one loosened up, I'm going to disconnect the drain hose that comes from the dishwasher to the air gap. So same bit, and you'll go counterclockwise and you'll loosen that up. So now I'm going to use my vice grips and remove this plastic. I guess you can call it a bolt counterclockwise. And this way you can press the air gap down. So keep on turning counterclockwise until it comes off. This one's kind of wedged on there with debris, but it will come off. So just keep on working at it. Here we go. So yeah, usually they'll come right off, but this one's being a little bit of a pain, so I'm going to use my vice grips to help it come off, and then I'll should just be able to pull it right off as I pull up. And wow, this is actually being a little bit of pain. Yeah, usually it's not like that, but anyway, you can see all the gunk in there. That's why that was going on. So now I'll just press down the air gap between the hole, or inside the hole I would say, and then we'll come underneath it, and now you can get to it. So next we're going to actually remove the pipe that goes to the garbage disposal. First thing first, let me pull this down a little bit, and now I will remove this clamp with the 5/16 counterclockwise. This goes to the garbage disposal. So basically what I'm doing, I'm picking everything down to that way I can actually pull it down to my level where I can really work on it. It's kind of hard to work on stuff when it's up under the sink like this, and this way you can make sure you got a nice connection. So once you loosen up that, you'll just wiggle that off. You might have a little excess water or smelly water, so just be careful not to splash that on your face, and then you can drain it into like a bowl if you have to. So now, since I have everything where I can get to it and have leverage to pull this pipe off the air gap, because we have to put this on the new air gap. If you want to, you can actually get a new pipe if this one's pretty bad, but it's kind of hard to get the same size or the same bend. Same thing, you'll remove this dishwasher line, drain line from the air gap. You will have a little water there, so Just be careful with that. Have a towel or a bowl like I have. And now, since we have that going, we can actually take this all out in one piece and try to wedge this pipe off because it's kind of snugged on there, which is good. You don't want a loose pipe. So let's get this off. Another little trick, you can take a flathead and kind of wedge in there and pry it to loosen it up a little bit, then try to twist it back and forth. So as you can see, I'm going to go to the other side and kind of give it a little wedge. And you just have a little, I guess you'll just have to have a little patience, but it'll definitely come off. So here's the air gap. This one I really didn't like it. It seemed a little stripped, so I recommend the one that I took off, but we'll use this for now. They have directions on the back of the boxes usually too. So this one, you can see here, it twists back and forth. This way you can line up how much length you want on the top of the sink to put this metal cap on top. And let me pull this off. See, this is a little different than the one we have. This little cap is on there already, but I'll show you how to install it. They're basically all the same. So let's get started. So since I have everything down here at my level, and this is why I like to take everything off, I can really connect it correctly without trying to connect it up under the sink, because it's going to be very difficult, and then I can have leaks and so forth. So it's good to do down to your level, and you can get a nice position on tightening everything up. So let's go ahead and tighten this up 5/16 clockwise. Okay, so yeah, that's nice and snugged. So now I'm going to connect the drain line from the dishwasher, and this is definitely one that you want to make sure you put on all the way and nice and snugged. So this is another reason to take everything down to your level to get a nice bite on it. Okay, so I got everything nice and tight. I'm gonna slide it back up through the sink, and then kind of have to lay on your side and look up. If you have someone helping you, it's actually better. That way they can grab it once you press it through the hole that goes through the sink. But if you're by yourself, like I am, you can do it also. But it's definitely easier to have two hands rather than one. So right now, someone can grab it from the top. They'll hold it if you have to, or you can just press up, and then you can connect this back to your garbage disposal and click that back into place, and they'll kind of hold it up for you sometimes itself. You'll lock that 5/16 bolt down, which I will do later on, but definitely don't forget that. So this one's you can twist clockwise, kind of like the first one we took off. It just had the cap that's screwed down into the air gap, but this one all comes together, but the same concept. This one was a little stripped at first, or it felt stripped, so it was kind of a pain, so I don't recommend this precise one. So it's easier though, like if you have someone underneath it and press up, and then you can line it up to screw the cap on. So unless you have just long arms, which I don't. So now, since I have it more upright, I'll turn this counterclockwise until I get a nice snug. So as you can see, I was having trouble there, so I have to adjust this lower, I guess we'll call it a bolt. Like this one, we can adjust it up and down, so I would turn it towards my left, and that way it can cut down the length of the top of it. That way when I put this on top, it'll actually grab the sink, if that makes sense. So now I should be able to screw this in better since I adjusted the bolt here. Let me show you. So like this one here, see how I can adjust it? That way, because I don't want too far down because it'll be too much when I press it through the sink. So I adjusted it a little bit, and now I will screw it on, and now it's grabbing the sink. Hopefully that makes sense. And now I'll just put the cap on, turn it clockwise. And there we go. This one's a little weird. I really don't like this air gap here. I like the one I took off. And just slide the cap over it, and then we should be ready to test. So let's go ahead and drain the water out and see what we have. It's also good to test this and make sure you have no leaks up under the sink. So let's give it a minute. Great, there we go. So yeah, no water, and just check for leaks. And then if everything's good, and one thing I do have to do is have to tighten that bolt up towards the garbage disposal, the 5/16, the one right here. So I have to tighten this one up. So I'm going to use this one as an example to say if you bought one like this. So actually easier. So you'll slide that through the sink, and then you'll press it through the sink. You'll put this cap or clamp on top, clockwise, tighten it up. So say if it's too far down or too far up, you can adjust it with this, with the length. So this one is definitely easier. Then you'll just put the cap on top and you'll be done. This one, a little different. I didn't really like it, but this is the one I recommend, something like this. Let's put the cap on top. And that's it. I hope this video was helpful. It was able to save you some money and you liked it. If you can just hit that like button, that would help me out a lot. And if you need somewhere to go to for your appliance repair needs or help, you can hit that subscribe button. Other than that, thanks for watching and have a good one. Thanks again.